Adasane, everyone. I am Angie B, and this is the BC Pretty Girly video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make pipe cleaner curlers, and I'm also going to show you how to use them. This is a bag of pipe cleaners. They're also known as Chanel stems. What you're going to do is take 3 of them, because you're going to create a braid. You can go with the multicolored stems, or you can go with the single color. It's your preference. The color is not as relevant as the thickness. So 3 strands will create one that's as thick as this. If you want them thicker, you can do 6 strands and have 2 strands per braid. So I'm going to take the ends, twist, then take a tool that looks like this and get a tighter twist, squeezing the ends together, and then I'm going to take the end and curl it downward. Once I get that, I'm going to pinch and pinch. I'm going to do 1 more twist. You gotta be careful when you twist these, because there's just a little small piece of kind of a metal piece inside of here. It's very, very slim. But the idea is to get it to where when you feel it, there's nothing sticking out. When you get to the end, you're going to do the same thing you did when you started, and that's twist. You twist that in. So that's how you make them. Now I'm going to show you how to use them. And I have here an entire bunch that I've made in the past. I have like 3 canisters full. My canisters are all different lengths. This length gives you a very tight, short curl, and it's also for a shorter lock if you're working with a shorter lock. So I actually use these when my locks are shorter. This is the next size up, and in comparison you can see, and it's just for a looser curl or a longer lock. This is the tallest or the longest I have, and it's for either a very long lock, either a very long dreadlock like this, or if you want to make a loose spiral. And what I mean by that is, if when you get ready to roll, you roll and have space like this. You notice how there's space? If you roll like that, that's going to give you a loose spiral. On the other hand, if you start your roll tight to where there's little or no space, like this, it's going to give you a very tight, springy kind of a look. And that's the look I'm going to go for, is that spring kind of curl. So we're going to get started. First thing I'm going to do is take down my little waterfall here. What I like to do is start in the back, and for me it just works better. So I'm going to take the front half, section that off. You can either put a scrunchie, put it on a scrunchie, or do something creative that'll hold it out of your way. And for me, I'm just going to make a big Nubian knot. And again, this is just to hold it out of the way. While I work this. Okay. So the back is here, and I'm going to take the back and divide that in half. And doing the same thing in the back. Doesn't matter what you do to kind of get them out of your way. So now I'm just left with this back portion across, all the way across the back. So I'm going to go ahead and start with 1/3 of it. And what I'm going to start out by doing is take some of this lock and set. This is what I have. You can use just about anything. You could even mix some conditioner in with some filtered water and shake it up if you like. And for me, I usually do this style right after a wash so that my hair is still moist with some of the water in it. And then I use the gel to help secure the curl as the lock dries. But since I washed my hair a few days ago, I'm going to use this product to gather the moisture. And you might want to get a towel while you're doing this, or you might make a mess like I just did. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to ball it up in my hand, and then I'm going to squirt. And then I'm just going to rub it in. Like that. It smells so good. Do that once more. Now it's gotten enough moisture for me. I don't want to wet it too much because then it's going to take longer to dry. Now this is my own special blend pomade for the hair and scalp. And I'll go over how this is made on another video. I basically put this all on my fingers, and I go for the base of the lock, right at the roots. And I pull that down the length of the lock. So that's done. I'm going to do that with every section until I'm finished. Now I'm going to take the gel, and this is, you can use any gel. It's basically for hold. I'm going to just grab quite a bit. Now I usually get quite a bit of this on the lock itself, right down the length of the lock itself. Quite a bit. And I do this thing here, it's like a palm roll, but it's not really rolling anything. And it works the product into the core of the lock and gives you a better hold. Then I'm going to take the Chanel stem that I made. Well, didn't make it. And at this point you can either gather the base of the lock and kind of twist it in or not. It's your preference. Take it. And I have this little bit left, and I'm going to just pull that around to secure it. And these are your options at this point. This is how long it is now. You could take it and leave it like this, in which case when you take it down, you'll have a spiral curl or a spring curl that's just about that long. And over a period of a few days, it'll gradually begin to fall, and the curl itself will spring out and lengthen. You could do that, or what you can do is take this now and just roll it or curl it around so that it's more comfortable. What happens when you curl these and you sleep on them, they're very uncomfortable, especially if they're long and just sticking out. And that's usually the way that I do it. But for today, I'm going to try it differently, and I'm going to just take it and I'm going to roll, just curl it, physically take it and bend the pipe cleaner in a curl. And there it is. And that's just to keep it off the neck. Because what I'm going to do when I'm all done with them, I'm going to take my scarf here. Very long scarf. And I'm going to wrap my hair so that the lock doesn't rub against the pillow and frizz. I want it to be a pretty neat tight curl. So that's how that goes. So let's do one more. Go through the whole process. Remember, I took this entire section and I did the moisturizing and the gel, well, everything that I'm supposed to do. But the longer you wait in between rolling them, you might want to re-moisturize or re-gel even. And you'll know when to touch. You'll feel it. In the summer months, what's really cool to do is, if you're going to be home, that is, or I don't know, if you go to the beach, is to do these and allow them to get wet and then just let them air dry. You're talking about the best, tightest curl that you've ever gotten with that. So that's an option. But in the colder months, you don't really want to deal with having wet hair.